How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of the congregation? It is I, Drownboy Cosplay, and today we're going to be bringing you a pretty cool video. So I have just recently completed every Papa 2 mask. This is from the If You Have Ghost and Infestissumam era. Now there aren't nearly as many masks for this set as there were for the original, the Opus Eponymous. If you want to see the first set, you can go ahead and go watch the video. It'll be here, showcasing all the Papa 1 masks. Now this is going to be a little bit different. With the Papa 1 masks, the masks that Papa used were already pre-existing, and they're pretty easy to find because you can just find them and paint them up. So it's pretty easy to make them accurate if you pay attention to how you paint things. But with the Papa 2, it's a little bit different. We don't have access to the actual masks that were used, so we're going to have to be using replicas. So we just basically took some replicas and painted them as close as possible to the real deal. And we'll go ahead and show those off now. So first off, we have the early Infest. This mask was used during the early Infestissumam era. It was the first mask Papa 2 used. It first appeared in the transition from Papa 1 to Papa 2, that whole changeover. The mask was painted quite strangely with some larger eyes, messy smaller teeth, and some very strange jawbones. Apparently there were also some problems with the paint that caused it to chip, and therefore it had to be repainted a few times. So you can really see that there are some damaged parts on the real deal, but you won't be able to see it on mine. Next up is the Terrorizer. This mask was used in the Terrorizer magazine for a photo shoot. There are very few images of this particular mask online that we could find. It's the same as the original, but a bit more weathered, messy, and damaged. The most notable differences are the smoother cheekbones as well as the damaged piece at the bottom of the lip, which many people thought to be some missing paint, but it actually turns out that it is some damage. Next up is the 2013 Mexico show. This is by far the most strange one for sure. Essentially the story behind it is that the mask and costumes for Papa went missing prior to the show scheduled in Mexico. There wasn't time to get a full replacement, so they had to improvise. They scrambled to piece together a costume in time for the show, but of course they did so. I'm not entirely sure if the mask used was the same sculpt as the previously used mask or not, but what I do know is the paint job is very quickly done. More than likely it was finger painted by Papa himself, much like many of the Papa 1 masks. This paint job is extremely asymmetrical and disproportioned, with its large forehead and uneven cheek. However, due to its odd nature, it is definitely one of my favorites. Next up is the Papaganda Casual. This was the first time we saw a completely unpainted look for Papa. An interesting thing to note about this mask is now that Papa has a mustache. The other masks do not and never have had facial hair, but this one did for whatever reason. This mask was always sported with a pair of sunshades to basically hide the eye cuts of the mask, so they couldn't tell it was a mask originally. The mask was used for a few photo events, the Papaganda video, and of course some autograph sessions. Other than that, not too much. Next up is what we're calling the Mid-Infestissumam. This particular mask was used for a majority of the Infestissumam era and is easily the most recognizable. This paint-up was pretty clean and even. The mouth, cheekbones, and eyes are all symmetrical, as well as the nose paint being a bit smaller and more rounded off. The teeth were a bit larger and more even. Overall, this was just a nice clean mask. This mask seemed to pop up all over the place during this time period. Next up is the Sweden Rock. This paint job was featured in the Sweden Rock magazine as well as being used in the Papaganda video as the mask with the face paint. This mask is the same mask as the previous one, only much messier and darker. It's almost gray. As far as we know, this was used semi-regularly from mid-infest to the very end, popping up randomly at different shows and also some events. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's every mask. Like I said, there are not nearly as many as in the Opus Eponymous era, but we covered everything, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And go ahead and tell me in the description down below, which design is your favorite? I think for my favorite, I would probably have to choose the early Infest. Just everything about it screams perfect to me. It's really skeletal, kind of creepy, uneven. I really like it. But go ahead and let me know which one's your favorite down in the comments below. Do you like horror films and merchandise? Well, go check out Terror Threads for all your collection needs. Whether it be phone cases, stickers, posters, masks, mugs, horror trading cards, or enamel pins, they have it all. Go check out their website using the link in the description below. Hey guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Go ahead and click that notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. See you next time.